एक मिनट।
So today we are going to discuss about a male breast and how to examine it and how to make a diagnosis. So first we like to take the history, and the history has been taken by the students and they will tell us what are the complaints and the history of present illness. Who has taken the history? Yes, tell us loudly. First, his age. What is the age of the patient? Why age is so important? Like? See, one of the determining factors for any neoplastic disease is age. And it is very, very important, especially in the breast. Because any patient, especially females, because they are the ones who are mainly affected by breast disease, below the age of 25 years, the risk of malignancy is minimal. But after 25 years, the risk gradually increases and it reaches its peak at 40 years in India. Of course, in Western countries it is higher, around 50 or 60 years. But in India, by 40 years, it is a peak, and between 40 and 60 is the greatest number of cases which you get of malignancy in females. But today we are going to talk about a male patient who is an elderly patient. He is around 80 years of age. So males have a different age group compared to females. Females may be affected at an early age, but males generally, when they are affected by a breast disease, they are at 2 points. One during puberty, and second after the, say, 70 years or 60 years, where the male hormone levels start falling. So there is dominance of the female hormones, which results in breast diseases in males. So generally we get gynecomastia at the age of, say, 15 years to 25 years. Whereas malignancy in males is usually above 50 years of age and may be at a more higher age compared to the females. So here is a male patient, elderly male, who has come with the complaints of there was a swelling. 1 year back he had a swelling in the right breast, and for that, what happened? Speak loudly. Pain was present at that time. Then what happened? बाबा आप बताइए, पहले आपको गांठ हुई थी 1 साल पहले, फिर वो गांठ कितनी बड़ी थी अंदाज से? इतनी बड़ी थी, अराउंड 2 to 3 सेंटीमीटर इनिशियली. फिर क्या किया आपने उसके लिए? और निकलवा दिया. और फिर निकलने में वो पास. कहाँ पे ऑपरेशन कराया आपने? जर्राह से. So he was not treated in a hospital. He was treated by a quack, and the quack took out that mass which was there in the breast. फिर उसके बाद क्या हुआ? ऑपरेशन करने के बाद ठीक रह गई. ठीक हो गई. कितने दिन तक ठीक रही? 3-4 महीना. फिर 3-4 महीना फिर निकलने लगा. तो ये सब इतने सारे कितने दिन के अंदर हो गए? पहले एक हुआ, फिर दूसरा हुआ, फिर तीसरा हुआ. So from the history it is appearing that he had a swelling in the right breast which was suspicious at that point of time, and he consulted a quack in the village and he operated upon this patient, and after the operation he was all right for 2 to 3 months. Then there was reappearance of the swelling, and ये जख्म कब से हो गया है? ये बायोप्सी लिया था. ओके. सो ही वाज शोन. उसके बाद किसी बड़े अस्पताल में ले गए थे?
हाँ सर, झज्जर में इलाज चल रहा है इनका.
अच्छा, ठीक है.
झज्जर.
ठीक है. So after the second swelling which appeared after the first surgery, he consulted a hospital in Jhajjar, and there they took a biopsy, and now the patient has come to us. तो हमारे पास क्यों आए हो, वहीं पे इलाज कर लेते.
सर एक रिपोर्ट गलत आ रही है.
एक रिपोर्ट गलत आ रही है.
जो है CD4 है ना.
हाँ,
ये टेस्ट गलत आ रहा है, उसकी रेंज से अलग आ.
अच्छा चलो खैर, एनीवे ठीक है आप अभी खामोश रहो.
ऑपरेशन बोल दिया था.
So now this patient has come to us, and on this patient has the history of which we have already said, a lump operated, and again a similar lump appeared, and now he has come with multiple swellings and ulcers over the right side of the breast. So now we will just go through the examination. So what is the examination like? What you have done in the examination? First, general examination. What are the things you have seen in general examination? Always start your examination with general examination, and then you go to the systemic examination, and then you go to the local examination. So ABCD does not change, it remains the same for all patients. So similar in this patient, you just don't put your hand on the breast straight away. What you have to do is you have to take you have taken a history, previous surgery की history है इसके अंदर, उसके बाद biopsy की history है ना, उसके बाद जो प्रोग्रेसिव लंप का हिस्ट्री है, और ये जो गांठ और बढ़ती जा रही है, ये जो गांठ हो रही है ये और ज्यादा हो रही है पहले से. So there is progressive enlargement and increase in the number of swellings which he has on the breast. So now we have to examine him from a perspective. We are not sure about the diagnosis as of now. So, but we will try to do a general examination and then we do the local examination. तो जनरल एग्जामिनेशन में क्या क्या देखना होता है? पैलर देखिए, पैलर देखिए दोनों हाथ से ऊपर देखो बाबा, है नहीं है? नो पैलर. इक्ट्रस नीचे देखिए, नीचे नहीं, नीचे देखो बाबा. No picturus, no picturus. So icterus pallor. Then you have to see for lymph nodes. है ना, lymph nodes में transverse chain and then the vertical chain. And especially the supraclavicular you would like to see because you are considering probably a breast malignancy. So the supraclavicular lymph nodes may be enlarged. So that is about the neck. Then you have to examine the pulse, blood pressure, respiratory rate and temperature. These are known as vital signs. So you have to see the pulse and then you have to see for clubbing and colonychia. You see the clubbing, there is no clubbing, there is no colonychia. Spoon shaped will be colonychia and dumbbell shape will be clubbing. So there is no clubbing, no pulmonary erythema, no skin changes. Now this is you start from the head. So you have seen the icterus, you have seen the pallor. मुंह खोलिए, जीभ दिखाइए, oral cavity, edentulous patient, and there is no lymph nodes. Axillary lymph nodes we will not examine now. We will examine at the end of the examination because it will be part of the local examination. When the breast is diseased, then axilla has to be examined separately as a local disease. So we are otherwise the examination is from head to toe. So now after the neck, you have to go to the axilla in every other patient. But in this patient, because this is the breast which is involved, so we will keep it reserved for the final examination, that is the local examination of the breast. And according to that, we will see the axilla also. So now what we have to see, pedal and sacral edema. So pedal edema, there is, so you press here for 30 seconds. Over the dorsum of the foot, there is no pedal edema. On the shin also, there is no pedal edema. On the other side, there is no pedal edema. So the only positive finding, there was a pallor, no pallor. So there is no pallor, there is no icterus, there is no lymphadenopathy, no clubbing, no colonychia, no sacral edema, no pedal edema. So in general examination is essentially normal. So now we come to the local examination. We skip the systemic examination because there are certain things which we see in the systemic examination after the primary disease is known. So now when you start the examination of the breast, local examination means you have to come here. Let me come here. So first, first of all, you have to see both the breasts, symmetry of the breast. They are in the same line or not. Then the nipple areola complex. So always you have to compare one from the other. So this is the normal breast. So we are now comparing the affected breast. So here the nipple, the breast line is this line. You can see this is the lower limit of the breast, and the ulcers and the swellings which are there are also below that. So now this disease has encompassed or gone beyond the breast. It is not localized to the breast, otherwise it will be in the breast line. So this is the breast line, scale mangalo. So, and then the nipple areola complex, you have to see on this side is normal. Here we don't see the nipple areola complex. Then puckering and the pulling up of the breast. Of course, in a female breast it is more better seen, but in this case also there is, this breast appears to be normal. There is nothing abnormal about it. So now we will do the palpation. So palpation has to be done in two positions, sitting and supine. So best is the 30-degree elevated position. So we like to do it in this position. So what we do, we start from the upper outer quadrant in a fan-shaped manner. So we palpate like this. This is the upper outer quadrant. This is the lower outer quadrant. This is the lower inner quadrant. And this is the upper inner quadrant. And finally the nipple areola complex. So I have not found any lump. The breast appears to be essentially normal, and the consistency of the breast is normal. So that is about the normal side. Now before that, in the inspection of the affected side, you have to say that there is no evidence of nipple areola in the affected side, and there is a scar mark which is extending up to the lower part of the breast, and this is a hypertrophic scar, and there are multiple stitch lines over this, and there are multiple swellings, 1, 2, 3, and the big one, the fourth, and some of them are ulcerated, especially the upper one. So there is ulcer in the upper swelling, and the other swellings also appear to be a bit ulcerated. Sizes vary between 2 centimeter into 2 centimeter, 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter, 2.5 into 2.5, and about 3.5 into 3 centimeters, roughly. So there are multiple swellings, and there is a scar mark which has been there for previous surgery. Now we would like to palpate it to see, again the same system has to be followed. There is a lower outer quadrant, lower inner quadrant, and this is the lower outer quadrant. In the lower outer quadrant I can feel hard mass, including the mass which is at the higher level. Then the upper outer quadrant, again this is a hard mass, but however the skin is able to move, and upper inner quadrant, and there is no nipple areola complex. So what we find in the examination, the lower quadrant is involved, both medial and the lateral, that is inner and outer, and the upper outer is also involved. So about 2/3 of the breast appears to be involved. Now we have to see pinching test to see whether it is fixed to the skin or not. So this is the normal area. When we come to this area, it is fixed to the skin. In fact, it is entering the skin, and the skin is mobile along with the swelling. So it is infiltrating the skin, and it is involving the skin. Now the third thing is to find out whether it is fixed to the pectoralis major or not. Baba, बैठ जाइए. ऐसे ठीक है. अब बाबा ये हाथ कमर में रखिए, ऐसे है. ये वाला भी हाथ कमर में रखिए, कमर पे. मेरी तरफ देखिए. Now once it is in this position, pectoralis major is relaxed, and the pectoralis major is like this, right? So this is in the direction of the muscles, and this is in the right direction of the muscle. So what we will do, we will first move it in the direction of the muscle. It is moving. This is also moving. This is also moving, and this is also moving. So all are moving in the direction of the muscle when the muscle is relaxed. At right angles, again it is moving. This is again moving. This is moving, and this is also moving. So in a relaxed state, all the swellings which are there, they are moving in the level of the pectoralis major muscle and at right angles to that. Now we will make the muscle taut. बाबा इसको ऐसे हाथ रख के दबाइए, जोर से कमर दबाइए. Now the pectoralis major is taut. Now we have to check whether there is restriction of the mobility or not. There is no restriction of the mobility. Similarly, this is again moving freely. This is also moving freely. So by this test, we have demonstrated that it is not fixed to the pectoral muscles, but however it is fixed to the skin. ठीक है, बस ढीला छोड़ दीजिए. Now कोई बात नहीं, बस स्पॉट निकाल. दबा. Now we will examine the axilla. पहले the normal side, axilla, 3 groups and 2 groups. This is the first group. हाथ मेरे हाथ पर रख दीजिए. This is the apical group. This is the medial group, and this is the anterior group. None of these groups are palpable. Now the affected side, at the lateral we simultaneously do it. On this side also, Baba छोड़ दीजिए. Now what we have to do is, in the apical group, you have to abduct as far as possible, and this is the axilla. You have to go to the apex of the axilla with this finger, and your finger should be at the apex. Then ask him to relax. Now your finger is in the axilla, and you have to support the head. So this is the apical group, which I am palpating. Below that is the medial group. So I can feel few lymph nodes in the medial group. And this is the anterior. This is the anterior axillary fold. Just behind the anterior axillary fold is the anterior group. So 3 groups we have palpated: apical, medial, and anterior. And in the medial group there are multiple lymph nodes. You can see the lymph node also. I will show you. पकड़ो, कोई हेल्प करो ना, तुम लोग कुछ कर रहे हो. ढीला छोड़ो. ये देखो, ये lymph node है. ये पूरे एक bunch of lymph nodes है medial group में. That is the medial group, which is palpable, and there are multiple lymph nodes. Then the lateral group is to be palpated like this. This is against the neck of humerus. So his hand is on my shoulder, and this hand is palpating the lymph nodes. So there are no lymph nodes on this side. And finally, the last group, which is the posterior group, you have to stand behind the patient, and this is the posterior axillary fold. And in the posterior axillary fold, you have to palpate. This is the posterior axillary fold, and thumb behind, and that is the lymph node, but no lymph nodes are palpable. So on examination of the lymph nodes in the axilla, only the medial group on the affected side is there, and they are about 2 to 3 lymph nodes of more than 1 centimeter in size, and they are firm in consistency, non-tender. Let jai Baba. Finally, you have to do the examination of the abdomen to see 2 things. One, the hepatomegaly, Baba chhod dijiye, or ascites if it is there, because that is one of the complications of metastatic disease. So first we will पेट देखेंगे बाबा. सांस लीजिए. There is no hepatomegaly, and there is no free fluid in the abdomen. There is no lump palpable. Then you have to auscultate the chest to see for stethoscope now. है किसी के पास? पापा सांस लीजिए, लंबी सांस। लंबी सांस। सांस लीजिए। थोड़े से रोंकाई है राइट साइड में, otherwise all findings are good. So to conclude, we have to summarize all these findings. First, let's start with the history. The history is about 1 year old, in which the patient observed a lump in the right breast, and for this he consulted a local practitioner who advised him surgery, for which he underwent surgery. So after this surgery he was okay for 3 months, and then another swelling appeared in the breast, and this started growing in size, and the scar area where this he developed multiple small swellings. Then he consulted a hospital in this area where they performed biopsy from the upper swelling, and then it was sent for histopathological examination. In the first operation, no diagnosis was made. But in the second operation, it was suggestive of a neoplastic disease, and he was not satisfied with the treatment in that hospital, so he has come to us. So here we have taken the history and we have done the examination. On general examination, we have already seen that no positive finding is there, no icterus pallor or local examination has revealed multiple small ulcers and swellings over the breast. Nipple areola complex is absent, and there is a scar of previous operation, and there is a big swelling in the upper part of the breast, and there are 3 small swellings in the lower part of the breast. During examination, it was found that it is fixed to the skin, but it is not fixed to the pectoralis major. Other positive finding was a presence of lymph node in the medial group on the right side in the axilla. No other group of lymph nodes have been found. There is no ascites and there is no hepatomegaly. So that is the history of this patient. So now with this, we have to make a diagnosis. So from the whole history and examination, we conclude that this is probably a neoplastic disease, first because of the age, second the appearance of recurrence after first surgery, third the presence of multiple ulcers or swellings in that area, and the presence of the axillary lymph nodes. So all this point to a neoplastic disease, although in males we know it is only 1% of the total, maximum is 3%. So out of the whole breast malignancies, male breast malignancies are rare, but not that rare that you can ignore them. So it is approximately 1 to 3% of the total breast malignancies, and they are present in elderly patients like this patient. So now again there is no ascites, there is no splenomegaly, no hepatomegaly, and there is no distant metastasis on clinical assessment. So that is not sufficient. So now first we have to make a diagnosis. So there are 3 methods of making a diagnosis: clinical assessment, radiological assessment, and pathological assessment. So that clinical assessment we have already done. So clinical assessment, we will say T and M. So T will be X in this case because he has been operated. N, we have already lymph nodes which are in the present, so it will be N1. Mobile lymph nodes are there, and M we are not sure. So TX, N1, and MX. So he needs, of course, since the skin is involved, so it will be around T3 or T4. So it will be roughly T3, T4, and N1, M0 supposing. So it will be stage 3. Any stage will not be less than T3. So we have to work up this patient. First of all, we have to make a diagnosis. So diagnosis will be made by, what is the method? Second method is radiological assessment. So radiological assessment in this case will be what radiological assessment? Mammogram. Mammogram, do you think sonomammogram or radiological mammogram? Radiological mammogram, because she is more than 40 years of age. Sonomammogram is reserved for ladies and also for age below 40 years. So he is around 80 years, so we can easily do, because that will show us different patterns of the disease and extent of the disease. So, and both the breast mammogram has to be done in this case. Finally, actually, is the biopsy. So now in this case, there are three types of biopsies which can be performed. One is fine needle aspiration cytology. Some people call it biopsy also. That is the first one. The second is imprint cytology. Why imprint cytology? Because you have an ulcer there. Because he has been already biopsied in some other center. So that ulcer is there. That can be put a slide over it and take the stamp of that and then stain it and see under microscope. So that is cytology. So that is the second one. And third is true cut biopsy. So true cut biopsy will help us in having ER, PR and HER2 status along with the histopathological structure. So that will confirm the status of the disease. It's a benign disease or a malignant disease, and also whether ER, PR and HER2 is positive or not. And finally, we have to do a CT scan, because it's already advanced T3 we said, and stage 3 would be, minimum is stage 3 in this patient. So that means there is likely to be a distant spread. And the most common site of distant spread in such patient is liver. Liver and of course lungs and bones. So we have to do a CT of the abdomen, CT of the chest, and of course bone scans or X-rays. So that will give us the full status of the disease, and accordingly we will stage the disease, and the treatment is the same as that of a female breast. There is no difference in the treatment of a male breast and a female breast. So supposing it is stage 3, so the first thing we will do is to downstage that. So mechanism of downstaging is chemoradiation or hormone therapy. So once we downstage it, then we can go for excision, and maybe mastectomy has already been done, so-called, but we will see what is left. We have to do that. Any questions? Okay, thank you.